Following budget reductions will be adopted by resolution on September 27th. Public Works, Column A CQ, Sewer and M&O, a requested $100,000 transfer from REIT for a study to upgrade and replace the sewer system for Column A CQ was less than the amount in the 2016 budget, which was $150,000. The notice that the following supplemental, that's 5C, is a budget reduction adopted by resolution to reduce the $100,000 transfer from what was $150,000.
Now move to approve the notice that the budget reduction for Public Works Column A CQ occurs. With the question. Moved and seconded. Questions? Bob, it's just a delay in the timing of the.
Right. Right.
We thought there would be a larger amount of money necessary, but we're going to get started a little later.
Right. We thought we'd be further along. Basically, the Carlsberg project has eaten a little bit more time than we thought it would.
No, favor.
Aye. Motion carries.
Item 5D is a notice that the following supplemental appropriations will be adopted by resolution on September 27th under the auditor. Additional Avalanche funds available for travel costs in the amount of $2,415. Under Public Works, Solid Waste, the estimated revenue and expense related to the Coordinated Prevention Grant from the Department of Ecology has an increase in $29,189. Those are the supplemental appropriations.
Move to approve the supplemental appropriations.
You guys seconded? Any questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
And item 5E is a resolution calling for a hearing to be held at 10:30 a.m. on September 27th for consideration of the following debatable emergencies. Under Public Works Roads, this really should say reimbursement for an arbitration settlement with Teamsters Union, which negotiated for 40 hours a week versus 37 and a half hours a week, $198,149, which was previously paid. And so we're asking for the budget emergency to refund or allow Public Works to take that much more money out of their reserve. Under non-departmental, additional funds requested by the Board of County Commissioners to cover the cost of drafting an agricultural vision statement in the amount of $4,000. You may remember we had that request from WSU Extension. Under Treasurer and Land Assessment, substantial increase in Clallam County's property tax assessment fees due to the city's stormwater fee increase. In addition, the Washington State Department of Natural Resources sent a second forest land assessment invoice in December that of 2015 that couldn't have been made until January, total amount of $5,000. Those are the debatable emergencies.
Move to approve the resolution calling for a hearing on debatable emergencies.
Moved and seconded. Any questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Community development.
Item 6A is a notice of call for hearing for a comprehensive plan use and Title 33 zoning map.
Move to call for the notice for a hearing on comprehensive plan use map.
Moved and seconded. Calling the public hearing. Hearing will be held.
The hearing
September 27th.
September 27th at 10:30.
Yes.
yeah, we didn't make that.
No, yeah, let's make sure that makes it in the minutes. September 27th at 10:30. Any questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. For public works, for public hearings, public comment. Any member of the public wishing to make general comment before the board?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
My name is Tom Foley. I live in Squim on Alpinus Road, and I have a problem that I think is related to failure of Clallam County to put enforcement into one of the requirements they have for buildings. I'm getting water from a neighbor I shouldn't be getting. And it has caused significant damage to my property. But then, your requirement on this brochure is that a holding pond for drainage be created and to hold runoff water from the roofs and the driveways and parking areas, etc., and meet it out later on through a 4-inch pipe. I have a neighbor across the street on the north side of the hill, which is the upside, the south side of the hill, which is the upside, that had a 4-inch approved by Zenovic, a 4-inch pipe for draining it off. All of us, or almost all of us at least, have a 4-inch pipe. I have them, and it's expensive to have it done. The neighbor has removed the pipe, but can't find it. Put in the driveway, etc., and in place of that pipe, he has put in a 1-inch maximum, maybe only 3/4-inch drain pipe. And for the last 5 years, at least, there has been no drainage out of that pipe. That pipe drains into the ditch, we can go to the east and come back out like it should. The neighbor on the west of this guy has a 24/7 drainage pipe that works, because there is water above it that's coming down. Sometimes I've seen as high as my estimate of 1 gallon a minute coming out of that pipe. It comes down to this guy's property, and all of a sudden it just disappears, goes underground. It's in the drainage ditch, but it just disappears. Has been doing this for over 5 years. This, in turn, I am guessing now, is undermining the ditch. Because the water is going downhill like water will do, and it's undermining the road and coming out on my property and undermining my driveway and other stuff around my house. I'm wet underneath the house, so there's a problem. The people next door have no means of enforcing that this 4-inch pipe be there. No teeth in it at all. They can do absolutely nothing, is what I am told. Now, I don't know how you can enforce or require me to, and everybody else, to put in this stuff and then no enforcement. If you require it, you should enforce it. Well, that, to me, is common sense. And to make it work, because it's not doing what it's supposed to do now. We have other problems with the drainage also, but this is a big one. What I envision is his holding pond, his drainage pipe is blocked up. So therefore, the water is coming into it, filling up, and then going over the top. And he has a vertical wall right at the ditch. You can see where water is trying to come through that vertical wall. It's a flagstone vertically. And then it is seeped underground on his property. It goes to the ditch. The holding pond goes the length of the wall, approximately, the whole front of his property. So the water has gone underneath. And it has caused erosion like water will do and find its way down to downhill. It's going to do that. Path of least resistance. So that's what we have, and I would like something done about it. I think we need to pass some legislation or something that says keep this thing up. And this brochure says you're required to do that. They have no means of enforcement. And Mr. Ozias is aware of this, I've talked to him about it a couple of three times. I wish he was here today. And I have a site plan showing what of this house, this property, what was required and what was in, and that was approved by Zenobek. But since then, that 4-inch pipe that he had is gone. And on the eastern side of his property, probably less than 10 feet from the end of his property is where this 4-inch pipe comes out of the wall. And I guess that hasn't worked for over 5 years. Water is going someplace, but the water from the guy to the west of him runs down from his property, under this guy's driveway, and along the front of his property. You can see the water coming here, so it gets within about 5 foot of the property, the eastern edge of this guy's property, and then it just disappears. It's gone. It's gotta be going down. It was running good yesterday, a whole lot of things. I don't know where it begins and where it ends and so forth, but there is some construction work needed in order to take care of the situation. And required to do what you're supposed to do. Thank you.
So, the administrator, probably the road department, sounded like made a comment that was undermining the roads, that would be something you guys would want to take a look at, I guess.
Now, these are private roads.
Can you at least follow up and find out why it was?
I can, and, you know, my understanding is this has been going on for a couple of years, and the road department's been out there to look and determine there was nothing they had or no dog in the fight because it is a private road, but DCD is, you know, it was part of my understanding. This is in Sunland or is this?
No, this is in, Bell Hill.
Oh, okay, no, different one. I was thinking of the Sunland one, so I'll talk to the road department, but it's again, private road, not our issue, but it's a construction, requirement, it's a building permit, and probably when he's talking about people across the street, I'm assuming, I haven't heard from DCD, I'll talk to the DCD director and see what she can do, but my guess is it's going to be something along the lines is that during construction, at construction, it was there. At some time later, people removed the pipe, for their own purposes.
Yep.
And we don't have a vehicle or a police power, that makes sure you don't make changes to your property after construction in DCD. And so it tends to become a civil law matter if you're not, you know, and I don't know, it's just, we don't have that function and we never really have. But it's in DCD number.
The problem is I cannot determine where that water is coming from.
Right.
It's underground water, etc.
Yeah.
But it's, to me, it makes sense that water is there, it's disappearing, and you can see it disappearing.
Right.
It's gotta be going down, and that's gotta be it as far as I'm concerned. And I need it fixed. There's no sense in me doing work to improve things on my property as long as this continues.
It might be something we can, talk to DCD about next week. This week, the compliance person is actually at a seminar, we call it a seminar, 11 dealing with compliance issues. I'll join her on Friday, because there's a specific topic that I want to work on. But, what that is to do is to give us a briefing on what is the current, if you will, state of the art, what are the laws that apply, etc. And if we may want to ask, should we learn from that specific to your situation?
And in your asks, one of the asks that DCD is making, and you've heard about it in work session, she's going to talk about it a little bit, is she's wanting to upgrade and add another compliance person. And part of what the reason for going to the seminar is to find out what can we legally do to back enforce, you know, that you gotta keep these kind of things permanently. Right now, we're not sure what that is, and we haven't tried to do that before. So I think sometimes grind slowly, the wheels do, but I think she's trying to address it.
And I'm interested in looking at the issue of these houses where the person that had the contract mortgage couldn't keep the contract payments going. They left, the house was being used as a drug house, whatever. what are our opportunities underneath the current rules to come to that language and say, either we need to make a change, or here's what our legal options are.
Okay, we'll work on that. Is there anybody else wishing to make comment before the board? Any issue? If not, review of the calendar. Thursday, September 15th,